Hey there, brother. This is Steve Horseman again with Good Guys to Great Men. Thank you again for tuning in this weekend. Hey, this week there's been a lot of guys, especially guys who are newer to the community. And when new guys come in, they tend to repeat some of the same mistakes a lot of the guys who have been there for a while have already been through. And one of the most common mistakes, common mindsets, is getting all jacked up and angry over something. It's coming into the group with a Facebook post that says, I had a shit show last night. It all hit the fan. I lost my shit, right? And it's always the new guy who's coming in to say something happened that totally set him off. And it's almost always the same thing, although it doesn't appear to be that up front. What is it? He's hungry. Hungry. Horngry. Yeah, you've heard of hangry. That's a combination of being hungry and angry at the same time. Well, I've come up with horngry. That's when you're horny and then you get angry when you don't get your needs met. And the truth is, we know it's not just about being horny, although we all know those times. Sometimes it's 6:45 a.m. and your blood is pumping like a wild stallion, and you make a move and you get a grunt or rejected or some kind of insult or criticism. But a lot of times guys are angry because of a foreseen assumption. They think they're going to get rejected. They're sexually aroused, or they want intimacy, they want connection, and they go to get it, and they make an offer or an initiation, and they get rebuffed. And then they just lose it, right? And so I call it horngry because when you want physical affection, it's not always sex, but a lot of times it is. Let's be honest. A lot of times it is. A lot of times it's just the acknowledgement of a hug, a reciprocated kiss, instead of getting the cheek away, so don't touch my lips. Maybe eye contact would be nice if you say something pleasant or you touch her on the arm. But for every guy who's craving some sort of physical acknowledgement and intimacy, whether it be an emotional or physical touch or some kind of conversation, whenever you get rejected or you think you're going to get rejected, you get immediately hungry. And that is because you have an expectation that she should be different. She should be treating you different. She should be thinking different. She should want you as much as you desire her. And this feeling, it's a feeling of shame that we're not attractive enough, we're not desirable enough, we're not good looking enough, right? And so that shame tells us that our sexuality is being repressed, our sexuality is being rejected. And because we might have a dubious relationship with our sexuality itself, her rejection of us magnifies the anger. And when we say, I lost my shit, we know it's not over the little stuff. It's over this deep-seated sense of insecurity around your sexuality. How do I know? Because I'm that guy. All of us have been that guy. I remember I was married for 28 years, and for me it was the mornings, right? That 6:30 to 6:45, that high testosterone period in most guys' days, where all of a sudden all you want is to be physically accepted. Right? And when you're not, it turns into an emotional crap show of feeling rejected, unworthy, unlovable, undesirable. And then the anger that comes out of that, whether you're slamming doors or yelling at the kids or screaming at the dog or whatever your anger shows, you know deep down it's got nothing to do with that other stuff. It's your inability to handle that feeling of shame, of not being lovable, of not being desirable, not being accepted for who you are and your sexuality as it is. So what we do in coaching is really dive into that. We don't give you stupid tips on how to don't do that, right? Stop the anger, don't think that. We dive into the shame. We dive into the thoughts about why it hurts so bad to be totally unacknowledged, disrespected, or dismissed, or rejected when it comes to a bid for physical affection. We get into why that is. Why is it with men that it hurts so bad it causes an immediate flare of anger? And once you get a hold of the shame, all of a sudden those reactions that you used to not be able to control, they become obvious to you and you laugh. Like the guys who have been in the community longer than a couple weeks, they start to learn this, and they help the new guys coming in to see there's another way to think about what's happening here to stop the shit shows, to stop the things blowing up and stop the anger. It goes a lot deeper than just being horny, but I came up with the word hungry, so I thought I'd share it with you today. Share it with a brother, share it with a friend, and this weekend think about it. Maybe next time you feel that, you'll you'll think about this video and maybe take a different approach. Think a different thought. Go do something with that horngry energy. Go for a bike ride. Do something else. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or a comment on the YouTube channel here, and we'll respond to you. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.